I'm really frustrated. So why am I so frustrated? That's because my introduction of the new chicks to the other chicken groups has not gone to plan, and I've had to separate them. Right now I have 3 of the new chicks in the large dog crate here to keep them separate but out of the house. And then I have another chicken in the garage that I'll show you in a little bit. Um, we've had some issues with the pecking order. The chickens from last year that I got have been very aggressive towards the new chicks, and so I'm trying to introduce them slower by keeping them in the cage in the run, but they're visible, so hopefully they get used to seeing each other. And I'm also spending some time, like supervised play dates with the chickens together to help them get used to each other that way as well. I've tried the first night or two putting them in the coop and that night, and I came out the second day and we had some pulled feathers around the neck and head area. The gold chick, she's recovered now. All her feathers are pretty much back. The other chick in the garage is not so much, so we'll check on her in a little bit. So that's how it's going. So this is how the setup is right now. The new chicks, they have food and water, and all the other chicks can see them. And I've been spending a little bit of time each day trying to get them used to each other by having everyone outside here in the run. And I shut the door to the coop to make sure they all stay out in the area and none of the little chicks get trapped inside the run. Because once they get kind of trapped in there, it's mostly these 2 chicks right here. These 2, the light brown one and this brown one. They really are aggressive towards the chicks. I mean, they're really going after them. I don't know if you can see on the back of the gold chick's neck here. Come on, focus. 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 You gotta focus. It's not focusing. Anyways, I had to put some stuff on her, some like ointment on the back of her neck. It was pretty much just down to the skin. There was no feathers. The only one that fared well was Feather Feed here. She kind of just hung out inside the coop on the tallest perch and just chilled out there all day. And this one was kind of traumatized. So, big brown chick and the older chicks, these 2, they've done really well. They just, a little peck here and there. But that's about it. So, this is my plan right now, to spend supervised play dates until we start getting used to each other. And hopefully we can all live inside the coop in harmony. All right, let's go check on the other chick in the garage. Here we are back in the garage. Here's the, I don't know, she's more like black and tan now, black and tan chick. And this is her temporary setup in the garage. I did have her like free ranging in the garage for a little while, and that was a really bad decision because she pooped on everything and everywhere. So we won't do that again. So we have our little temporary situation. I got a couple perches in here. She got her own food and water. Her neck was really messed up. I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. It's starting to heal pretty nicely. But that's what I was so frustrated about, that these chicks just got destroyed in a day and a half. It seemed like the first day they did pretty well, but like the second day, the other chicks just really started to beat down on them, and they were pretty relentless. So I was kind of disappointed when I came in after work and I found this one hiding up in a rafter in the coop. I'm not even sure how she got up there, and her neck was all bloody. They pulled all the feathers out and they pulled her skin off. But chickens are pretty resilient, and it's good to have some chicken medical supplies. Like I have some antimicrobial spray, some kind of blue ointment stuff. And what really I use a lot is a triple antibiotic ointment. I've used that a few times, especially with like a few years ago when we had the older white chick. She got attacked by a hawk, and she had a big, like softball size hole ripped into her rib, and she healed from that in just a few weeks. This one's already doing pretty well. She's already got some feathers growing back, the skin's coming back, and all I've done is put the triple antibiotic ointment on her a couple times. But she's doing pretty well. She's still eating and drinking and flying around like normal. So I think she'll be back. I just want to let her heal in here until she's fully healed, because even the younger chicks, like from her brood, not being mean, they just peck at her wound, and so it'll take a longer to heal. Now that I just have her heal here by herself. So let's get a close up of her. All right, so here's a little close up. She's got kind of like a big scab forming there on the back of her head. See, this is focusing in on her. Yeah. So, you say hi? Yeah, so hold on. I'm just going to show him your head. Let's try it this way. There you go. So she had a pretty big hole in her back of her neck. You know, you can start to see some feathers starting to come back. I mean, her skin was all the way peeled off, which was kind of gruesome, but it's coming back. This is like a big scab that's starting to heal over. But she's doing pretty well. She's going to be a tough bird. It doesn't really seem to bother her too much. Huh. So we'll get you all healed up. We'll get you in the coop. We'll get you introduced slowly. All right, let's get you back inside. All right, so like I mentioned before, when you have chickens, you're gonna have to take care of them by yourself sometimes. Like I don't really take them to the vet. Shh, shh. I'm making a video. I don't take them to the vet, but I do have some medical stuff I use for them. The one thing is this Vetericyn Plus. It's like a antimicrobial spray. I've used it for like small things, like if they have frostbite or small cuts or something like that. Same with this hen healer. It's an ointment, and it's blue. And I've used that for like wounds before, if they've gotten attacked by like a hawk or something, or big cuts like this. The other one, the gold chick, I put some on her when she had her feathers pulled out. But I really do like using that triple antibiotic ointment. That seems to do a really good job. And the one thing I really also like to use is this Providine iodine. You can get this like off of Amazon or something like that. It's like a preoperative skin treatment. It helps disinfect them. I think it's better than like using alcohol or something like that. Alcohol's going to really burn. This doesn't really feel like anything, just cold. This does a good job. Just be careful using it. Wear gloves. It'll stain your skin, or your clothes. Yeah, so, I try to take care of them myself. I don't take them to the vet. There's not really too many vets around where I live that would see chickens anyway, so, and they're chickens. They're fine. So that's just wanted to mention that. These are some of the medical items that I use to take care of the chicks, to keep them healthy and heal them when they need it. So yeah, if anyone has any questions about this stuff, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to get back to you. And let's get back to the chicks outside. So what is my process to help introduce these chicks to not being bullied so much? So my step one is to keep them in this cage. They have a perch and their water and their food, and it's open on the sides, and I have it blocked with towels and stuff to keep them cold during the day and keep them out of the sun. This will help the other chicks get used to seeing them. And then step two will be for me to spend some time with them, a little bit of time each day, with all the chicks outside the cage and outside the coop, and kind of force them to, interact with each other. And that way I can kind of keep the peace if somebody's getting bullied too much. And then step three will be to introduce them at night into the coop. So once the other chicks are already up there and in their spots in the perches, I will put the new chicks in there at night. The idea is kind of that the older chicks are kind of sleepy already, so they're not going to be too bothered by those little chicks being up in there in the perch. And then in the morning, I'll come and separate them again until we start to see them get used to each other. Like if there's a little bit of pecking, that's not a big deal. But these guys, got the crap beat out of them on day 2. So I'd like to avoid that. I'd like them to survive, to where they can start making eggs with the rest of the chickens. So that's the plan. So step 1, keep them in the cage where they're visible out on the run so the chicks get used to seeing them. Step 2, supervised play dates. And then step 3 is introducing them at night in the coop, to sleep in the coop at night, and then bring them back out in the during the day. So if you're having these kind of issues, that's what I'm working with. It's probably going to be a slow process. It's probably going to take a few weeks, hopefully only a few weeks. I don't want to do this all summer. If it really is an issue, we just might eat the bully chicks. So we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. This wasn't really a planned update for the new chickens, but it's kind of update, you know, week 10 and a half, but it's like we're close to 12, 13 weeks here. So it's not a big deal. We'll get through this. We'll persevere. So if you like this content, please subscribe. My name is Mike. We're from Syrup and Eggs, and we'll see you next time.